The boys here at Hat Trick Hockey want to know something. Is poop a pain in your grass? Well, if the answer is yes, then you're going to want to talk with our latest sponsor, Mr. Pooper Scooper. Jeremy and Jeff have amazing services to offer you and your furry friends. They have top notch customer service and will go the extra mile to ensure your lawn is looking great. All the products they use are safe for you and your pets. Let's be honest, no one likes to pick up after their pets, so call in the professionals at Mr. Pooper Scooper, and I guarantee you won't regret it. They can be reached at 519-819-1261 or email mrpooperscooper@yahoo.com. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram.
And what is going on, everybody out there? All of you beauts and beauties, it is episode number 86 of Hat Trick Hockey, which is always brought to you by our good friends over at GL Heritage, the official beer of Hat Trick Hockey. Rob, we have a merch store now. We forgot to bring it up on our last episode. Accurate Creations right here in town. You can just smash the link on any post. We'll bring you right into our merch store for all your sweet HTH merch. This obviously being episode number 86, Rob, Nikita Kucherov edition of Hat Trick Hockey. He has played 534 games in the league, 231 goals, 344 assists, 575 points, plus 128. This guy has 37 game winning goals, which is unreal. He's a two-time world championships bronze medalist. He's a world junior bronze medalist. He's a world junior under 18 bronze medalist. He's a world junior silver medalist. He's an Art Ross winner. He's a Hart Trophy winner. He's a Ted Lindsay Award winner. And last but not least, he's a two-time Stanley Cup champion the past 2 years. Bring in my boy, my line mate, Rob. What's going on?
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him, eh? And just in case everybody wonders here, this is Rob, by the way, sitting in with us today. He's from the Kingsville Observer, so he's going to be writing a story on the boys. So he's going to sit in with us today. Do you want to say hi?
Hi, guys.
Hey, I brought somebody too. It's Matt Pumple.
Yeah.
And he's really excited about this episode. Look at him.
Got...
Woo!
So Rob, what's up, man? How was your week? How's your weekend so far? We're recording a little bit later than we normally do, but so what's up?
So this week, me and the president of the Meg Club, Joe Bodell, got together and got our boy Glenn Greenwood. He's got his own company. He does everything that you can possibly imagine, like from wrapping a car, with that whatever car wrap it is, to making hats.
Yeah,
this
crazy.
Guy does everything. He made this awesome poster of Matt Pumple, and me and Joe went out and picked it up Tuesday, right? Yeah. So we get out there and he's got it. And I know you can't see it, but down on the bottom, he's got our Hat Trick Hockey logo.
I did see that when with you guys with it online. I did see that.
So it's nice so touch. Sick, right? But his company is called just give me 1 second here.
No free ads.
Yeah, no free ads. But I got to give him a shout out because we tried to get it from somebody else and we're looking at like $260.
Wow, eh?
$260 for that. But he like half the price.
Yeah. Tell Pumps you're gonna throw it on his card. Fuck, you guys are carrying him around, buying him drinks all the time.
Oh yeah. Well, he gets us drinks. And he's got away with the ladies for us too. But it's called Hag Custom, HAG Customs.
All right, sweet.
So yeah, we're gonna give him a free plug. I know that he wants to get in cahoots with us too to do some stuff for us. So I definitely want to hook up with Glenn Greenwood. So for sure. Yeah. But anyway, so we pick him up and we end up going to the 73s game. What a banger! They played Amherstburg. Beat him, I want to say 6-1.
Yeah, the boys are hot right now, eh?
Hey, and not only that, the two boys we had on, Smitty and Chittle, I think Chittle had 1 and Smitty had 3.
That's another hat trick for him then.
And we had Halsey on that week before that. And once he goes out and gets in a freaking banger and
beats the wheels off of
beats
somebody.
the wheels off the guy.
Jesus.
It was awesome. Like these guys,
it's a show.
love
It's a
coming
bump
on our show. Yeah,
it's a bump.
yeah. And then I got from a good friend tickets for all the rounds all the way to the Schmaltz Cup for free. Like,
love it.
Like we're very well known in the Essex community, trying to get it out there for all the rest of the communities like Kingsville, Amherstburg. Like, boys, send us some
hopefully
guys. We're not just 73s guys. We're all about all of y'all.
Yeah. Well, Rob here is going to help us out with Kingsville. Yeah.
Kingsville's got a team.
Don't they? Are the Kings there still?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, I thought. Okay, so the Kings aren't there anymore.
Dash one.
Yeah. Fuck, that sucks. So what else you do?
So then last night I go out to the Peacock, and that place is just an awesome bar. Like it's just so chill, right? So I go there, get a drink bought for me. Walk over to the Woodcraft, have a couple drinks there. Well, Matt Rideout's in there.
Oh boy.
Buys me drinks all night. I walk back over to the Peacock and I'm just saying goodbye to everybody. Well, what do? They give me a ride home, drive my car home, everything. That's how awesome those people are.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna walk, but they're like, where are you walking to? I'm like,
I was home. You could have just called me too. I was home.
Yeah, they give me a ride. They drop my car off. They're like Booze Cruise.
It's perfect.
But they want to sponsor our podcast too, because we plug them all the time. You know, it's
maybe we can do a few interviews in there too.
Absolutely. I know for sure that they would love that. And last night that live band, fuck, it was great. I had a great night.
We know a band.
Still feeling it a little bit.
Hey, we know a band.
Yeah, we know a band too. Yeah,
Ignore the evidence.
We can get them in there. I can get them in there, no problem.
They would probably do it too.
Absolutely.
So what are you doing for Sunday Fun Day? Obviously, I'm on the ice playing hockey, but what are you doing? Same shit, new day.
Yeah.
So when this drops, actually, it'll be March 6th. It'll be Quinn's 9th birthday. So happy birthday, Quinn, my oldest daughter. Love you.
Girl.
Yeah, she's awesome. And also it's my sister's birthday. I'm not going to say her age because she will kick my ass. So I'm not going to say her age, but happy birthday, Lisa. So
happy birthday, Lisa.
It's both of their birthdays, which is nuts because Quinn was born on Lisa's birthday and Drew and I were born on my grandfather's birthday. So it's kind of weird how we all share birthdays like that. So Rob, should we hop into her?
Well, how'd your week go?
Nah, it was just work, man. Afternoons. Can't really do a whole lot when I'm on afternoons. It just fucking feels like all I do is work and sleep.
Boring.
Yeah, I'm boring, dude. Just kids, stuff like that.
I get it. Yeah. The life of a dad, eh?
Yeah. It's fun. Let's hop into it. Let's address the elephant in the room. Okay. All the shit going on with this Russia stuff. Okay. So
fuck Putin.
Yeah. So suspension of all Russian teams from international play, everything like that until further notice. They've had to withdraw their 2023 bid to host as well. And now CCM has stopped using Ovi and other Russian stars for their global marketing. So I just kind of want to know what you think of this. By the way, CCM pays Ovi $500,000 a year to be featured in their ads. And he even gets a little bit of sales too. Wow. Imagine how much money he gets from CCM. That's a lot of dough. Like
that ain't nothing to him.
No, I know.
Once you make that, he makes that in fucking what, 3-4 games.
But he gets sales too, though.
Yeah, no, I know. Like, and you know what? Why are you putting this on him? It has nothing to do with Putin. Just because he's shaking hands with him and, you know what I mean, hung out with him, maybe, you know, rubbed his back a little bit. Who cares? He can't change that man's mind. He's a madman. Yeah. He's a fucking madman.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
And you know why he hasn't been taken out? Because the guy next behind him is fucking even crazier.
Really, eh?
So, yeah, they're all thugs, right? Those guys are thugs. They're straight up mobsters that run that country.
Well, we've heard some of the fucking stories with guys on that have been on the show that have played in Russia. Remember
Right.
some of the stories we've heard?
Like, think about that. How many gangsters own fucking teams over there?
Oh,
right.
I'd be scared to actually know.
Like, how many guys have come on the show saying, "Yep, I got picked up by the team management," and they're strapped with fucking AK-47s.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
Someone said a
there?
guy walked in the dressing room with one, and it was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Who wants to die? and like, think about that. So what do you want? Like, I don't see anybody going after Malkin or, there's a lot of good Russians that are in this league that are very, highly spoke of, however you want to say it.
Do you think it's a good idea?
Going after them. And so if Ovechkin was to say something, how do you know his family's not going to die?
That's what he's worried about.
Right. So what are you going to say? And then there's, like, I remember watching the interview, and then the guy coming on after him saying, Ovechkin should be standing up and saying this and saying that. Like, who are you? Who are you? You're a guy that doesn't even live in the country anymore. And you're shit talking Ovechkin. I don't agree with it, just due to the fact that, if you think of politics and let's just go with song artists and stuff like that, nobody cares about their opinion. Nobody. So like, why? It doesn't even matter.
Do you think maybe taking him out of doing like media for a bit, do you think would be good, or do you think that would be a bad thing, or do you think he has to address
just avoid all the questions?
Just talk about hockey.
And that's what I'm here for. And he's not a political figure.
But he even said, he's like, I just want there to be peace. He's like, I don't want there to be war. Like, he said it himself.
Yep. Yeah. And that's all he can say without getting his family, dead.
I understand. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's fun. It's weird times right now, man. I don't really want to spend too much time on that.
Already did too late.
I know, but I knew that we had to say something about it, right? And I figured I would.
Well, I feel bad for him, just to say. I feel terrible for,
Well, he's in this race too, right? To be like the greatest goal scorer of all time, and then now he's got to deal with all this shit, right? So,
that's not even to say that he's up for the Hart Trophy. Like, he's not going to win the Hart Trophy because he fucking didn't tell Putin no.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know. Crazy times right now. We'll move on from it. So Cooper.
Does that make you want to pee?
No. So Cooper, coach of the Lightning, Wes McCauley, threw him out the other night towards the end of the second period. So what happened is there was a scrum where it turned out that the Lightning should have been up a guy. So obviously some shit was started.
Sexual. That sounds very sexual.
But anyways, they ended up being shorthanded. Cooper lost his mind. His mind, was yelling at the ref, yelling at frickin' Wes McCauley, yelling at him. And finally, normally they would assess a minor, right, for the bench. Normally they would assess a minor. He didn't even go to that. He just kicked him out. Just blew his whistle.
He must have called him something.
So I don't know what was said. I don't know. No fines or anything have come out. Nothing like that. But have you ever seen anybody go so quick like that? Like, gone. And it's Wes McCauley and John Cooper. These are two well-known guys in the league. Do you find it kind of weird for him to just throw them out like that?
I don't think, in all honesty, in all the years that I've watched hockey, that I've ever seen a coach thrown out. In Essex, I've seen coaches thrown out.
Yeah.
But like, I've been thrown out, and all I said was, "Man, you are terrible." I didn't even swear. And they said, "Hey, you're not even on the bench. Get out." I'm like, okay. Okay.
Yeah, but it was just weird. So I don't know. We'll have to look and see if there's any fines or anything like that.
That was when I was coaching with my mom.
Yeah. Fucking
Robbie, stop.
Oh, Tim Peel. Speaking of having something to say, Tim Peel was on Twitter and he did not hold back on Mark Scheifele. So he said he has zero respect for him. He says what he did last year. Remember the hit on Jake Evans there with the empty netter. Okay. But he just said what he did to him was brutal. And he says he has never had respect for the refs, Scheifele. And he said, way to go, Weidman, because he like stepped in and fought there.
Okay.
And also Scheifele said going into that game that if Evans wanted to fight, he's like, I will answer the bell. If he wants to fight me, I'll fight him. So yeah, I kind of give him credit for that. But Scheifele would beat the wheels off of Jake Evans. Are you kidding me right now?
Right.
What do you think of that whole situation?
I have no problem with it. You know what? He was trying to stuff one in, and I don't care. Net, yeah. It was a hockey play. Like, keep your head up.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't understand. Like, that's old time hockey.
But what do you think?
Scheifele, good for him. I don't care.
But what do you think about him being an asshole to the officials, though? That's kind of.
Do you think, did Scheifele say it? Did Scheifele say, I have no respect for the referees?
No. The guy who said it there, Tim fucking Peel, who was a ref in the league forever, Tim Peel, said that that guy has zero respect for all the officials. So if he's that guy on the ice, you know, there's always that guy during a game, right? Like, is he that guy?
I've never heard anything bad about Scheifele until that hit. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, he's so dirty." He's never been suspended.
I've watched that play 100 times, and I think my mind changes every time I watch it.
Yeah, but you smoke a lot of weed, so
fair enough.
It's understandable. You keep forgetting you watch the fucking play.
No, I know, but I mean, just I don't know. Like one time I'll say it was a charge, and then the next time I'll be like it's clean, but I don't know. For the most part, I'll say it's probably clean, but
it's a hockey play. Like fuck, what do you want?
You got to have your head up too.
You do.
I just find that's pretty strong words for Mr. Peel to just say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's his opinion.
True.
And it's a fucking referee. Who cares?
True.
I just want you to be seen, not heard, seen.
Yeah.
That's it.
So before we go over to our interview, which was a great one, by the way.
Hey, was Tim Peel the one that we were supposed to get on the show?
Tim Peel that buddied us?
Fucking buddied us?
Yeah.
Fuck him too. Fuck him.
So
come on the show.
that is true, though. That is true. So, hey, Sean.
Sorry,
Avery.
Tim. Hey, you know what? Tim has no respect for podcasts. How about that?
Hey, but he did Cam and Strict and all that. Did Cam and Strict.
Oh, because they're fucking somebody's.
You're fucked. Sean Avery.
Love the guy.
So
I love the guy.
Me too.
That guy is so awesome. I fucking love him.
Was pretty short-lived. He was already released by the Solar Bears, so they let him go. But everybody was saying because he was scared about freaking Matthew Barnaby and George LaRock and stuff like that. So he fired back in a video, and pretty much what he did is he just called them both fat fucks. Was pretty much what he did. Is pretty much what he did. And that was his exact words. Was they're fat fucks. That was his exact words. So I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was like normal Sean Avery. This guy, you should see him on the streets in New York. He's a lunatic telling people how to park and this and that. He's a nut. But I thought him coming back into the game would have been amazing just because it's Sean Avery, right? They made a rule. There's a rule.
There would have been great content. And just the chirping alone, right? Like that, like if you could get him and Ott on the same team again.
Speaking of Ott, before we go over to the interview, Ott had a nice exchange with Ryan Reeves the other night at MSG. Did you see that? I sent it in the chat there to you guys.
Oh, I haven't looked at it yet.
Okay, so there's just pretty much Reeves was standing there at like center ice, and Ott was on the bench. He's a assistant coach now, right, for the Blues. So he's standing there, and he
Cotton boy. Hey, local cotton boy.
Yeah. So Revo's looking at him, and he pretty much says to him, like, what the fuck are you looking at? And then so they exchange or whatever, and he's like, why don't you freaking suit up again so I can kick your ass? He's like, there's no Johnny fucking Scott now, and this and that he was saying to Ott. So Ott's laughing, and he's like, fourth line. He's like, and then he's like doing this. He's like, turn around. He's like, what's your last name? He was saying that to Reeves and stuff. So
he did that all the time.
It was
I did that all the time. Grabbed the guy, spun him around just to look at his name tag and push him away.
It was a nice exchange. So I actually messaged fucking Otter, and I was like, hey, That exchange between you and fucking Revo was amazing, I said. And all he typed back was LOL. So
Yeah.
he thought it was pretty funny too. But so that being said, do you think we should flip it over to our interview?
Yeah, this guy was
Kevin
so
Delaney.
awesome.
This guy
one of
was-
my favorite
yeah.
episodes ever.
Yeah, he was amazing. You guys, his story is fucking great.
Team Canada.
Yeah, we're just
all of
gonna
it.
we're just gonna let him listen to it.
Yeah.
So everybody enjoy. KD, here he is. Enjoy.
Roll it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this next man with us, very special guest. We're very happy to have him on. He's played AAA with the Sun County. He was actually captain of the Villanova hockey team as a 10th grader. How many guys do that? Went on to play junior C hockey in Amherstburg, played for our national team, what they call standing hockey, which is hockey to us. It doesn't matter. It's hockey, where he was named a assistant captain there, where he went on to win 6 world championships spreading across North America and Europe. Let's welcome to the show, KD. What's up, man? How's it going?
Not too bad. Thanks for having me, guys. This is certainly a pleasure.
You're a beauty.
Yeah, welcome, man. Yeah, you've had quite the journey, eh?
Well, you know what? I say it is a unique journey, if anything, because obviously maybe set the record here is I was born missing my right arm and grew up in the Windsor area playing competitive hockey, of course, and found my way to the national amputee team. And most people, I guess, confuse that with the sledge program. We're certainly, like you said, a different discipline where it's hockey as you know it, guys missing their arms, missing the legs, playing with prosthetics, if you will. And kind of just have a unique situation by being an amputee, but also being able to play, competitive sports, and found my way to Team Canada, which, to me was a dream come true in reality.
Mm-hmm. That had to have been hard when like you were super young and you were first like starting to play and everything. Like that had to have been a big adjustment for you.
Well, you know what, you would assume, but one thing I will say, as being a born amputee, is I've never learned another way. It's what I've known my whole life. So just like most kids, growing up in the driveway, shooting balls and skating, it's what I've known. I certainly give a lot more credit to people who have had to learn another way, and I've met many of those people throughout my journeys who, whether it was an accident and they lost an arm or leg, or whether it was cancer or disease and all that kind of stuff, and they've had to learn another way. Those people, I think, have been, in my opinion, very humbling for me, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Again, people do give me, let's call it, the extra credit for having one arm and playing competitive sports, but in the end, I don't really feel it. I don't really see it, because it's what I've known my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Kev, how did you get involved in hockey? Like, what brought you to the sport?
Yeah. Well, of course, my parents. As a matter of fact, my mom. It's the story is my folks might have been a little bit worried that I wasn't going to be able to, have a normal upbringing, if you will. But my mom was saying, I had no choice. I was going to play hockey or whatnot. So just like every other kid, around age 2, got on the ice and started playing. With the help of the War Amps, which is a tremendous association or organization. They fitted me with prosthetics and helped me, hold the stick. But over time, what had occurred is when I had the prosthetic, I was always a pretty decent skater because, growing up like everyone, just right from day one, but I was never really a good puck handler. Had the prosthetic. However, I found that when I played road hockey, I was actually pretty good stick handling the ball. And the reason for that is if you picture at the end of your winter jacket, how it's got that, let's call it an elastic band.
The cuff.
The cuff. I was able to basically tuck the stick into the cuff, which held it to my stump. And I had a lot more leverage, let's say. So one day I actually took that jacket and I cut that cuff off and went to practice without my prosthetic. Just it was my way of saying, I'm going to do this. And it was like night and day. All of a sudden I could skate and handle the puck. So, from there, it just, it evolved and that happened when I was, 7 or 8 years old. And since that time, I really haven't used anything other than a custom made cuff that straps to my stick.
That's so amazing. So like you got to work with the War Amps and figure out something that would work for you being able to stick handle, and they fitted you for that cuff basically.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's always an ongoing process of trying to figure things out for yourself because in let's call it amputation or disabled people, no one's usually the same. Everyone's usually a little different on the way it looks and feel or and fits with the prosthetic. So of course, everything has to be custom made. Of course, the costs associated with some of that prosthetics is tremendously expensive, and that's where the War Amps cover everything. I mean. There is no from them, and I credit a lot of my successes towards them.
That's awesome. Like, can you what we'll say, plug them? Like how you can get a hold of them? Like,
yeah, no, I mean waramps.ca, of course, is their website, and they're very most people are familiar with their key tag program, and that is certainly the major funding of their source. They are not government funded whatsoever. They have, I want to say, very little, let's call it corporate donations. It's all relied upon the citizens of the country. And a little bit more FYI about how great that organization is for every dollar that is given to that organization, there's less than 10% of that goes to administrative costs. So a good 90% plus percent is actually going down to the end user, which is many young children who have been born either missing limbs or, again, whether it's accidents or farming accidents is very common. And
that's amazing.
That kind of stuff. Yeah. So as a matter of fact, I've been a part of their organization since I was born. And I've in the last couple of years, they've asked me to be the Ontario regional representative, where I go and speak at schools and hospitals and people who have to make a decision about whether they're going to keep their leg or not and all that good stuff. So.
Oh, that's amazing. Like,
yeah, for me, they're fantastic. I would never say no to them because they've never said no to me.
That's awesome.
Perfect. Well said. Well said.
What's nuts too, or what I actually found was crazy, is you figured all that out to hold your stick and all that with the cup and everything at the age of 7. Like you figured that out at 7.
Yeah,
That's
well, again,
crazy.
it was just more when you're, I think when you're that young and you're just having fun. For me, it was never work. It was never my parents made me do it. It was I just wanted to do it. And like most kids, that's a very relatable story. And so of course it's cold out there, and I just decided to here's what I'm going to try, and it ended up working. Again, amazing stuff that you find playing road hockey.
That's crazy.
It leads to everything, right?
Yeah. Big banana.
It sounds like your mom was really bossy, though.
Yeah, well, if anything, again, back to the credit of my parents, I do recall growing up with, I was never allowed to say I can't or I'm not able to, or, there was no such thing as I wasn't allowed or wasn't able to do something. I had to figure it out was what I always recall. And again, I think that also leads to perseverance and success down the road, and, finding myself doing podcast interviews with you guys.
Awesome.
Hey, so
we're so glad to get you on too, bro.
How did the AAA stuff come about? Did you get an invite to that, or was it like, how did all that work out?
Yeah, I mean, I actually grew up playing in Riverside, and then I was involved in the Gretzky trade in '89, way down the lines that sent me over to LaSalle, and so from there I played with LaSalle, and I just Sun County was in their, let's call it, infancy. I went and tried out and made the team, and we got our hats handed to us quite a bit that year because of being such a new AAA organization. But in the end, a couple of the guys that I met there, I still know to today. And again, you guys know the people that you meet in the circle. You know them forever.
Yeah. So, some of them end up being legends.
Yes, of course. I mean, total view.
Yeah, see, there you go. See, he's even reading the shirt. That's fucking fun.
So now walk us through the tryouts. Like, are you you're nervous, obviously, like everybody else would be, right?
Yep.
So like if you can relate to that.
Yeah, well, I mean, like most kids that go out for any teams, you always want to make a good impression. I've known my whole life that I've been a little different, and therefore I'm going to get noticed. first and foremost. But one of the things my dad really instilled in me is that I have to be a little bit better just to be the same. So that's kind of what pushed me, yeah, again, always to be better, but at the same time, loving the sport. And when you love something, you just, it comes naturally, I believe. So I never really felt, too much nerves trying out for those types of teams. Where I did get real nervous is I actually one day I got a letter for a tier 2 junior A team when I was about 16 up in the Belleville area for the Wellington Dukes. And I, showed up to that. And when I registered there, they had the listing there. My name was the very first name on the list. For the scrimmage, I was the starting center. And so I thought, like, they're obviously, they're saying, who is this guy type of thing. And I didn't make the team, but in the end, the coach gave me some real fantastic words. He thought it was a joke. He thought that I was going to be out of there within, a shift or two. And I actually made it around a few rounds of cuts before they did let me go, and ended up back in junior C, which was great, which was fine.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But even freaking junior C, you said you played in Amherstburg, right?
Yeah, the Amherstburg team, and then the team that went to Tilbury the very next year.
Was that the Vikings, Kev?
No, yes, and then it became the Tilbury Lightning.
Okay.
Yeah,
they sold the team to Tilbury.
That's correct. Yeah.
Right.
So the following year we went up there and went and played in Tilbury. And then the next year I just decided, at that time I figured, the NHL dream might be over at that time. And I just said, you know what, I'm going to just, play some men's league hockey type of thing. And well, I shouldn't really say that. I mean, that's when the national team kind of started.
I was just going to say, you played for Team Canada, man.
Maybe we forget about that a little bit.
6 world championships,
Yeah, so later on. Yeah.
My God.
So now, okay. So walk us through like junior C camp. Was Guy Gatrell your coach?
No, it was Grayless was his last name. Peter Grayless. I can't remember the full. I believe it was Peter Grayless. Anyways, Wes Ballas was our captain. I still know Wes to this day. Played with Amy Caines, a couple of names that come to mind, Darren Thorne, those type of players. So
no, can you tell us about the camp? Like how'd the camp go? Like you're coming in there and you're starting out just like any other junior C camp, right?
Yep. Yeah,
it's a little bit rough and tumble back in your day too, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. There was fights. I mean, regularly there was. I was skating actually at the time with the Kingsville Comets summer skate that they have, and I think that's where I kind of got thought that I could do this. I could make this level and tried to make that team, but then ended up in the Amherstburg organization. But I remember a guy. Yeah. A guy came in to the room and basically said, I want to be the fighter for this team. Whoever thinks that they're going to be the fighter for this team, I'll see you out there. And a good buddy of mine, Adriano Sapola, ended up making that team that year and went out there and fought him first shift. And basically the coach came down and told that guy, get out of here.
Oh, really?
So again, we're going back that far. I'm 42 now, but it's 16, 17 at that time. So it was still pretty common. But yeah, I knew a lot of the players at that time, so feeling comfortable in the tryouts. I never shied away from the rough stuff. Not that I was a fighter or anything, but I wasn't afraid to play in the corners. And in our era, or my era, that's what you grew up with.
Right.
But my speed kept me in a good spot. I always said you can't hit what you can't catch.
And you're a fucking handsome dude too.
Oh, thanks, man. I actually pulled my hair for you guys this morning.
I seen that. I was like, shit, his hair.
You're man rocket.
At least you fucking have hair. Mine's fucking falling out.
I got my hair from the peacock last night.
There you go. Very nice.
Hey, how old were you when you were in those camps, when you were like freaking junior C and stuff like that? Because I had to have been, there's probably fights breaking out all over in camp. You're probably like, what the hell is going on right now?
Yeah. Well, at the same time, you kind of, I still like that in the game. I think it does have its place at some point, but yeah, I mean, hey, it's for real now. It's not minor hockey and, everyone gets their turn type of thing. It's, you got to earn it. And, just like everyone else, I'd like to be held to the same standard. I don't want to be, give me the extra credit and give me a free pass. No, if anything, and that's why my dad always said, got to be a little bit better, just to be the same. So
I love it.
That's great advice from your pop. That's
good
like it's a special, it's obviously a special thing, right?
Mhm.
So they knew you were plenty capable. Now, so your junior C career ends, and how does Team Canada approach you, or do you approach them and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, I can do this"?
Yep. Well, I was actually watching Hockey Day in Canada, and they actually ran a little story about, let's call it a group of Canadians that went over and played a group of Americans in Salt Lake or Lake Placid, where the 1932 rink was, as let's call it the inaugural amputee hockey or standing hockey game. And then so Hockey Night in Canada ran that story, and I want to say that was a good 6 or 7 months later. And then from there, it kind of exploded because a lot of people seen it on TV. And as a guy in this area growing up playing, I'm the only guy as far as I remember. So to see an entire group of these guys was amazing. And so I believe it, or sorry, it was my dad who made a couple of phone calls and found out that there was a camp that was going to happen in Thornhill within a couple of months. So of course, that's how I kind of find out and show up to the camp. And at that time, I want to say there was a good, 25, 30 guys that showed up. And then from there, it just evolved. I mean, you start finding more and more players across the country. Same with the US program. Then we reached out to, the European playing nations, and they started to, find players and whatnot. The first couple of years, I mean, of course, Canada, we dominated because there was, so many players like myself who have grown up playing with able-bodied hockey players and have come together. It started out as a grassroots thing where like players could come together and recognize somebody that is just like them that they've never seen before. Meeting players or people who have gone through an accident and lost a leg and can relate to somebody who went through the same story, right? So it became very much grassroots, and that's where it exploded. What happened is that it evolved to be a national program where they took the 22 best players and had world championships. But at that time, the program had grew to about over 200 players. When you're talking about a national program, you're cutting out a lot of people. So unfortunately, a lot of people would show up to this, to the team, and they would say that, and I hate to use this, I'm on the not a fucking chance list, and would get discouraged, and then we would never see them again. So what we recognized is we have to get back to that grassroots and just have camps available for the guys who say, you know what, it's not, the national team is not for me. I'm here to just meet the guy who has went through the experience like I have and can speak to and all that. So again, it evolved to a national program where I was very fortunate to be in my mid 20s to mid 30s, essentially my prime, and traveling the world and playing in the Czech Republic and in Latvia and in Finland and all over North America. It was quite the ride, and I look back on it, I can't believe how quick it went.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That is
it's
amazing.
still going. It's still going. It's just obviously with COVID here in the last couple of years, kind of taken a little bit of a backseat. As a matter of fact, USA Hockey is putting on a disabled event here in April. Unfortunately, I won't be going, but because I have other commitments. But I'm certainly not done with the program. Whether I still play on the national team or not is maybe another question. But I'll always be around, whether it's opening doors or driving the bus for the team. I don't.
You got a bus license?
If I have to.
I was gonna say, shit, this guy does everything.
He just doesn't stop impressing me.
Yeah.
Hey, I love asking guys, how good did it feel just sliding that fucking jersey on for the first time, the Canada logo on your chest, and just knowing that you're representing our country?
Oh, did you cry?
Yeah, you know what? I might cry right now. it was amazing. I mean, to be honest with you, I'll tell you a little story about growing up and having that NHL dream, of course, and then that dream turned to Olympic dreams. Playing for Team Canada, and with my age, I was had my sight set on 98 Nagano because I would have been 18 at that time. And to me, at 18, I could play, Team Canada, still had that, that dream at 15, 16 years old. So I actually changed my number to number 98 just to keep that thought in my mind fresh. So wore that number for a good, 3 or 4 years. And then lo and behold, I ended up, actually, of course, 98, that's with the first year that they had the pros allowed to play in Gretzky and everything. So of course, that dream kind of went out the window. But then lo and behold, sure enough, a few years later, I actually did live the dream by putting on that jersey and representing Canada for Team Canada. So it's amazing how it works out.
So we have a couple mutual friends.
Okay.
Right. Carmen and Peretti, Steven.
Yeah.
And
Carmen is
they
Beans, by the way.
told me, pardon me.
Carmen is, his nickname is Beans. Beans.
Carbeans. He was my boss at one time.
Okay.
Great guy. Just a great guy. But they told me to ask you about scooping something out of somebody's drink with your arm.
Oh.
A new girlfriend or something.
What?
The story is let's call it a ballet.
You're at the ballet? Okay.
You're at a ballet, and the story is I'm with another buddy of mine who's got actually a prosthetic eye, and so the story goes is that we're sitting with one of the ballet dancers, and of course we're having fun, and I say to her, I'm like,
helping her get through college.
Helping her pay for her, doctor's degrees, all that stuff,
It just clicked into me now what you're saying. So, all right, go ahead.
So I say to her, I'm like, oh, you're so beautiful. I give my right arm for you. I take off my prosthetic and I put it on her lap, right? She my God. It comes back, right? So a little bit goes by or whatever. My buddy's like, I got to go to the washroom here, but you know what? I'm gonna keep my eye on you. So again, we certainly can have fun that way. I mean,
fuck, that is so funny.
That arm, you have no idea how many tits and balls and whatever it's been on, and it's, it's incredible.
So fucking funny.
I don't even want to touch it anymore.
My hand's so dirty.
It's like every time I'm putting this on, like I'm up in the air on whether I should be doing this.
But again, you gotta be able to laugh at yourself, and I don't certainly never take myself too seriously.
Oh fuck, that's so funny. Like I had to go get that one out of the archives. So now walk us through your first championship. How does that go? For Team Canada.
Yeah, it was over in Finland in Helsinki, and at that time there was Canada, US, Russia, Finland, and the Czech Republic. So we had 5 countries at that time. And again, first of all, just being able to fly over to Europe and play hockey, and again wear Team Canada logos and all that good stuff. That's the dream in itself. But then when you're out there, it simply becomes just another hockey game. All the nerves go away, all that flash goes away, and it just simply becomes another game. Of course, our biggest rival is the U.S. We played them in the round robin and beat them, and then played them in the gold medal game as well, and beat them again. What I recall is most anything is the buzzer hitting 0 and you throwing your gloves off and running to your group and
the big pile,
and the dressing room full of champagne and doing that whole thing. And the bus ride back to the hotel where there was a reception with the entire tournament, because it was the first ever World Championships with all the countries together, and now you're meeting all people from across the world now that are just like you grew up playing hockey, and all of a sudden there's World Championships happening now with this thing. So
you guys all stayed at the same hotel?
Well, yeah. So we had the
That's
same
awesome.
hotel. Yeah. And again, a bus to the rink with maybe the team that we're playing,
Yep.
grassroots type of thing.
Hookers, whatever.
Yep. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
The belly dancers.
Yeah, I mean, at this time we didn't have the support of Hockey Canada fully at that time, so a lot of it was fundraising ourselves and corporate donations and that kind of stuff. So again, as per a lot of grassroots programs, you got to do a lot of the heavy lifting on your own and push that ball up the hill until it gets to the top of the hill and then it starts rolling down on its own.
Mhm.
I always believe that the knock against our sport as to why we're so unknown is we don't look disabled. When people come and watch us play, they say, well, "What's this?" Maybe you might recognize me with one glove on, but a guy who's skating with a prosthetic leg and he's got a shin pad and a sock and into a skate, and you don't even know he's got a missing leg, and people are floored when they hear that, but then they're looking like, it's just like anybody else.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
I've never
that's
seen
just
one
it.
game televised. I
No.
didn't even know it existed till Steve
Absolutely.
brought me to you to my attention to
Yep.
bring you on the show, and I was like, hands down, I'm gonna bring this guy on for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I know nothing about it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very ignorant to the sport.
Mhm.
That like you pioneered.
Yeah, well, and exactly, and that's if anything, I look back and if it ever does get to the Paralympic level, we that's the ultimate goal. I would say sit there with a smile on my face to say, I helped get that off the ground.
For sure.
It has taken a little bit of a backseat here in the last couple of years with the COVID, but hopefully we get that thing ratcheted back up. And disabled sports in my experience has never been in the forefront as much it is now. I see all these commercials on TV now with your sledge hockey players and your disabled athletes out there. I mean, Tyler McGregor of the national or the captain of the sledge hockey team here was originally part of our program, and I remember him just this little boy. And now I'm seeing him on Gatorade commercials and RBC commercials and stuff like that. And I mean,
Right.
that's fantastic. I mean, I wish we'd get that much attention, but hey.
Well,
it is what it is.
You will now. Look at how excited Matt Pummel is. Hey, he's ready to go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
This might seem kind of like a dumb freaking question, but are you guys allowed to hit there? Like you guys, are you guys allowed to like hit, or do they allow you guys to rub each other out, or like how does that work there?
Only in the showers, but no. We kind of follow, let's call it the women's rules. So there is contact along the boards. There is no open ice hitting at this point.
Of course,
it's a little bit of a unique sport in the respect that you have to have a classification based upon disability. And so as an example, because I am missing my arm below my elbow, would be considered, let's call it the least disabled, and therefore I'm assigned a 3 point. So I have a number 3 on my helmet. You cannot have more than 12 points out on the ice at any given time. So what that means is you can't, let's say, stack all of your 3s all together, because now you have too much.
Now you're at 15, right? Okay, I see what you're saying.
A leg amputee is an automatic 2-point player, and above knee amputee, because having a knee is very critical for walking and skating, of course, to have that rotation point. They would be considered a 1-point player. An above elbow would be considered a 2-point player. There are a couple of players in the sports that are missing their arm literally at the shoulder, and therefore they're a 1-point player. And again, I mean, you think that these players wouldn't be any good, but it's something to see. And again, I don't give myself any credit because of just growing up playing the sport every day, all day. When I see some of these other guys play, I'm floored by it.
I never knew that that's how they did it. That's kind of cool how they do that, how you're numbered and everything like that.
Yeah, so it's interesting for obviously line changes. A 2 can only take a 2, and a 3 can only take a 3.
Need a 3.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes could be scrambled eggs on the bench, but hey,
like any other bench.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's great.
Right side. I couldn't remember which side I was on. Depending on what way we were facing, right?
Yeah.
4 out of 3 people are bad at math,
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, what about your first international goal? Where did you get it at?
Yeah, it would have been against Finland in our first game. I just recall kind of coming off the wing and shooting through the defenseman and beating him. I believe it was blocker side. Again, we're going back some years now, but hey, all of them were special. At the time, I still look back and think, that was amazing that I did that, and I wish I could stay young forever. Because again, I feel like disabled sports is really starting to come on, and hopefully this program, takes off even further, takes that next step, but still recognizing the grassroots, need that's out there for many, many players, who just want to play hockey.
Right. So I'd like to get a like a War Amps poster and put it up on the wall just to promote it, you know what I mean, like, or whatever you can get, we'll promote, like, we'll take care of it,
like right there,
we got all kinds of room. I can move Elvis down. I'm a little sugar, but you know what I mean, like, I can take Elvis down to put that shit up and promote that, like, we'd love to do whatever we can to help you guys out, like.
Oh no, that'd be great. No, I'll certainly send you a War Amps logo, you slap that up there, that'd be great.
Absolutely.
Again, the key tag service is their main money driver, and I believe most people would get that in their mail at some point during the year. They're not asking for any donation, but if you'd like to donate, that's more than fantastic.
Well, we definitely will. We'll put something in the mail for them. Like, this is
great.
Like, this interview has been so fantastic and so enlightening. Like, I feel very bad because I don't know anything about it, and but you coming on the show and enlightening all our listeners, and like the 3s and the 2s and the 1s, and,
I've learned a ton.
You know what I mean? Like, it's the shit. It is legit.
Yeah, no, it is cool. It, as a matter of fact, a lot of the guys that I know through that program, I've stood in their weddings type of thing. Although that they live across the country, I talk with a lot of these guys all the time. So
that's awesome.
Brothers to me for life type of thing. You win together, you're gonna walk the rest of your life together. So.
Hey, what do you think, Pumps? Yeah, see, he's down. He's down.
Hey, do you play forward, right?
That's correct. Yep.
Do you play center or wing?
Yeah, center or to be honest with you, I really don't care. That doesn't really matter to me.
Wing when you're lazy and you got after it at the ballet.
Wing when you're playing fucking guilty, when you're a little hungover.
Well, to be honest with you, when I play men's league hockey, I actually don't want to take face-offs because I don't want my stick chopped at. Expensive now.
You got to bring the old wooden one out when you take the face-offs.
Exactly.
Soak it in the shower for a few hours before you go to the game.
Exactly. You can hide up and down the wing too a little bit more now.
I love it.
That's awesome. Okay, so like we won't hold you up much longer because I know you want to go golfing. But that's another thing, right? Like, I haven't even touched on that. Like, you're an avid golfer for the last 6 years or 7 years, cheating on hockey.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I say I'm married to hockey, but I'm cheating with golf because I am now addicted to golf. I understand the addiction now, and so the story goes on that is I never picked up a golf club in my life because, again, I was dedicated to hockey. And nor did I really want to play any other sports. My dad picked up golf, I want to say in his late 30s, early 40s, and he got addicted right away. So he was a member at Point West for a number of years, and he would bring me out there maybe, once or twice a year. I would play 3 or 4 holes and go home because I was so frustrated because I could not hit the ball.
Right.
And it's funny, it's almost the same story as my hockey experience, because when I would go and play golf, I actually didn't have a prosthetic for golf or anything, but again, swinging with one hand and having no real control, just duffing the ball down the fairway 20, 30 yards. I couldn't.
Fuck, sounds like Ant's golf game.
Yeah, there you go. So one day I decided, you know what, I'm going to take my hockey cuff to the golf course with me. And so I put on the cuff, and the cuff held the club to my stump, and I was able to actually hit the ball, maybe 100 yards off the tee, but in the end I could actually hit the ball. And so from there it snowballed. So I played I think 2 years like that. And then one day, just YouTubing, one-arm golfers, I come across a guy who's very similar to my amputation. And on the YouTube comment, I commented just randomly, does anybody know who this guy is? I hit a reply back, yeah, this guy is Andre Laflamme out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Here's his email. I'm like, I'm in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Like, what a small world type of thing. This is
right
all over. I email him, he sends me the specs. With my prosthetist, Lowen Prosthetic Services, Brock Lowen, awesome guy, got to give him a plug there. Between him, between Carmen Bertuccio and another buddy of mine, we reverse engineered this thing to be able to now swing the club appropriately. So now I do not use the cuff for playing golf, where it's a physical prosthetic that has even a hydraulic hose in it that flexes to act like a
oh, you're a fucking cheater.
Yeah, cheating like crazy now. So, but in the end now, so now I'm a member at Point West, and I've been there for a good 5 or 6 years. And so once I was able to hit that ball, I understood the addiction. And
oh
so
yeah,
I'm addicted
it's
to
awesome.
it as
Since COVID, like I golf once a year, you know, the
Yeah.
work tournament, or
Yeah.
get out once in a while. But then, you know, like I stopped playing softball because golf was the only thing open. Well, I was golfing like 10, 15 times a year now, like in the past, you know, couple. Next thing you know, I'm golfing 30 times, and
Yep.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Our show too. We love golf, so we're gonna have to
Yeah.
go out and hit around with
Hey,
you.
let's do it. I'll bring you out to Point West.
Okay,
It's
bring
good.
me, but Ant, we're gonna be looking. You're gonna use the whole fucking golf course.
I'll just
I'm
bring
telling
lots
you,
of balls.
like,
Here's the thing.
he got kicked out of the trailer park. We weren't even in a trailer park.
So here's the thing. I could hit it super far. I just can't really hit it straight. So,
Yeah.
so if I hit it, it goes woo, or it goes.
That's golf.
woo.
That's golf.
It's more like a boomerang.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
when he
doesn't-
hits it, you go like.
Okay, except
Yeah.
it doesn't come back.
Okay, so the one question before we let you go, the one question I'm always asking everybody is, you know how they have the horn for the goal scoring and all that stuff. If they were to play a song, what would your goal scoring song be? Like your walk up music for baseball?
Oh, what would
Got him.
Oh, that is a good question. What would my song be? Probably Give It Away from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Awesome tune.
Oh,
Give it
that
away,
was
give it
awesome.
away, give it away now. And giving the
Yeah,
puck away. I don't know.
How do we go? How do we go? Pizza up the middle, pizza up the middle, pizza up the middle.
That's fucking funny. Oh,
Like
man.
that.
Hey, this was a great interview. I'm so happy you came on.
Me
I'm
too.
so
Oh,
lucky
welcome.
that I know Steve Peretti, and
Mhm.
he hooked us up with you.
Absolutely. No, I mean, thanks guys. I mean, this is awesome. I mean, I don't like talking about myself, to be honest with you, although maybe that doesn't sound like that, but
Fuck, you didn't have a problem doing it.
No, but no, thank you. I
No.
appreciate it, and you guys are doing a great job. I think local ties here and having local athletes on this area needs that stuff. So
Absolutely.
congratulations.
There's
to
so
you
many
guys.
great hockey players that have come out of this area.
Hockey
And that's
Exactly.
why we
in this
do
area.
it, is because of all you beauties. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And if you know anybody that you think would be good for our podcast, send them
Okay.
our
Yeah,
way.
let
Like
us know.
we'll promote the
Awesome.
shit out of your league.
Yeah. No, perfect. Awesome. No, I
100%
love
we
it.
will.
It's hockey's hockey, right? It don't
Yep.
matter if you're standing or you're
Mm.
sitting. Me,
Yep.
I'm usually sitting on the bench, opening the door, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I was healthy scratching men's league. Like, how the fuck do you do that?
Hey, listen, for men's league, I'm not there for the hockey anymore. I'm there for the booze afterwards.
Oh, yeah,
I
me
was a
too.
healthy scratching pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take my
man.
$10. No.
Yeah,
Sit this
hey,
one out,
donation.
Sawyer. Sit this one
Yeah.
out.
Kev,
Donation.
man, you are welcome on the show anytime, man.
I appreciate it,
Absolute
guys.
pleasure having you on.
Yeah,
Best of luck, and let's play some golf soon.
absolutely. We will. And you know what? Maybe next time we get on, we'll expand a little bit more on the golf as well, because that
100%.
equally as a long a story as the hockey is.
Awesome.
Let's
I
do
love
it.
it. I can't wait to have you
Perfect.
back on.
Good stuff, guys.
you.
Absolutely.
All right, Kev. Thank you, buddy.
Okay. Great, guys. Thanks.
See
Have
ya.
a good day. Okay. Bye-bye.
And there he was, folks. KD. I love calling him KD. I love it. But what a story. I can't get over the fact that that guy figured out how to hold his stick and everything, or the whatever he did at the age of 7
With his coat
with his coat. He cut off the thing of his coat and figured out a way to hold his stick.
to plug it
Amazing.
into his coat. Like, it's fucking
Amazing.
amazing. Like, what a great, handsome man. He fucking just a good looking dude, right?
He's got way more hair than I do.
He loves the ballet.
Yeah, yeah, he loves ballet dancers.
He's trying to put all through college.
That's funny, man. Yeah, he
fucking
was great.
awesome.
Yeah, he is
What a great
definitely
guy. I
welcome on the
can't wait
show.
to get the War Amps poster up and
Yeah,
all
I'm gonna
that.
put
You know
one
what I
here
mean? Like
too.
we'll plug all that. Like good for him and good for them. Like how awesome is that? That you know, like they're 100% all in. They say no to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like if you want to give to cancer, you want to give to whatever, but like always remember the war amputees. Like their battle is real, and you know they need just as much money as anybody else. So,
and he was very well-spoken dude too.
100%. He looked like Hyman from Edmonton now.
Yeah, you were gonna say Toronto, weren't you?
I was, but I'm not a -1 yet. You are.
I know, twice. Let's speaking of your Leafs.
Fuck.
Let's hop into these guys here for a second. So with Muzzin being out, they don't know how long he's going to be out. So they're obviously general manager Kyle Dubas said that they will be searching for a guy to play D. So I don't know, would you address the D, Rob, or would you address a goalie? Like what would you address first? Being a Leafs guy. What about you, Rob? What would you address being a Leafs guy?
Well, they got multiple needs right now.
He's like, they got multiple needs.
Goaltending is worrisome. Really worrisome.
I think we get fucking Pumple. What do you think? Yeah.
Hey, just like, so you know,
he wants to come back.
Since January 1st, Campbell has been one of the worst in the league since January 1st.
Yep.
So I don't know, like now guys on D, they were talking Chikrin, they were talking Klingberg, they were talking Sherratt for guys that are possibly, and I've said it before, and I don't know if I'm just going crazy, but do you take that? So let's say Muzzin's out, so you gain that what, $5 million or something?
Yeah, five. Okay. I think it's 5.625. We talked about last time.
Why don't you just say fuck it and go after like a guy like Marc-Andre Fleury? Make a push.
100%.
You're scoring goals left and right. You've got the two pretty much best guys in the league right now, Matthews and Marner, who are fucking white hot and fuego hot right now.
Right.
They got that kid on the line with them
Nylander too.
The
only one struggling is Johnny T, right? He's battling the puck. And I mean posts and
dude.
But like the guy is such an amazing setup guy. Like watching obviously he's got a monkey right now. So
Leaf fans will fucking hate me. I still say trade him.
Yeah, but that's a big contract. Who's going to take him when you're not scoring goals?
If you retain a little bit of his salary to where you're not
fucking agree with that. I don't. He's a captain. He's a captain. He's a great leader. He tries every fucking game. He don't take days off. He's just got a monkey right now. He's got a monkey and he can't fucking shake it.
He's got to get it off his back, eh?
Right.
Yeah,
right,
he's
right.
Yeah. Well, hopefully for him,
their back end is what they got to worry about. And if they can't address that, and I don't, you can get another D man and be a good D man, but it's not going to solve your fucking goaltending problems.
Yeah.
And you have gigantic goaltending problems right now.
So that's why do you just go after Fleury?
Him or somebody. I don't know.
I would just say
I think they need a goalie. And you know, Jack Campbell would be an amazing backup goalie. Mrazek, beat it.
I can't believe they signed him.
I can't either.
When I seen that, I was like, what?
But you have two backup goalies that can't take the fucking starting position.
Well, Jack could have at first. He was red hot.
100%. They were talking about the Vezina with him.
Then he just.
And then all of a sudden the fucking new year hit and kaboom.
Mm-hmm.
I love the guy. He's an amazing person. And I hate to take away, or I hate to talk shit about him, but
at this rate,
he's not getting it done. He's not getting it done. And right now, like that team is a cup contender with no goalie.
But at this
rate, that's the only thing I can say about him.
At this rate, do they make it out of the first round?
Not a fucking chance. Fucking lucky to make the playoffs.
Well, I think they'll be in. They're way up on the thing, but I just mean like, I don't know if they're like, they got to address goaltending. I think goaltending
100%. They have to.
You and I our first episode after the trade deadline is going to be interesting, which that's March 21st, just over 2 weeks away. That's going to be interesting. I can't wait till we talk then, because then we're going to know, right? We're going to know what they did. So we're going to see. I think they're going to be.
I don't think they're going to do anything. I don't think they're going to be able to. They won't be able to retain a Fleury. They won't. It's too much money. Like what's he? I want to say it's up in the sixes. His contract.
But if you send a guy or two with him.
But what do you say? How about we renegotiate your contract? We could be a dynasty if you come to our team.
He may for a shot at a cup. You don't know that,
right?
It's possible.
You're going to be our number one guy.
Oh well, yeah. If I get hands down, he would be. I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm curious to see.
They would give him
when the Leafs win that one round.
If he came to the Leafs, they would give him the key to the country,
well,
not the city.
If he wins a round,
because he will. You will win a round just on him alone.
And that Leafs thing will fly upright again.
Yeah. He'll be like Grant Fuhrer was with the Oilers, like winning 6-5 games, but he will make that stop.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, yeah.
It's going to be interesting down the stretch here. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait. So we'll move on real quick. Got a couple other topics here. Connor McDavid is the first athlete of the 4 major sports currently playing to sign a endorsement deal with BetMGM as a brand ambassador. So that's got to be paying him a nice chunk of change. Also, Gretzky also does it, but he's not currently playing, right? But that's got to be good for BetMGM. Best player in the world, fucking face right there, bam.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy that he's the first one of the 4 sports. So
is he the best player in the world?
Hockey player?
You think he's the best hockey player in the world?
Okay, well, who do you think's the best in the world, Rob?
Fucking Matt Pumple.
Oh,
look how excited he is about it.
Who was he drafted by?
Who? Pumple? Pumple was a Ottawa Senators draft pick, wasn't he? Yeah.
And then played for the Rangers.
And then he played for the Red Wings. Yeah.
And then he went to Sweden.
Malmo, Sweden.
And then he's now currently playing in Germany.
Yeah. Yeah. Pumps played like OHL. He was with Peterborough, I want to say.
And how many, what was that? Remember the big stat on Canadian Player of the Year?
He was like Rookie of the Year in the OHL and stuff like that.
Yeah. So what round was it draft?
Matt went first round, didn't he go first round or did he go? I don't know. That's a good question.
Fuck, Bob. Why are you jacking our show up? I don't even know what's going on now.
No, it's all good. I'm gonna look him up real quick here. But he
should know.
Oh, shush, Rob. Jesus. So Pumps was drafted, first round, 24th overall in 2011 by the Senators.
Nice.
So there you go, first round pick. Yeah. So beauty.
Our birthdays are a day apart.
Yeah. Handsome bastard too, though.
Fuck, he's a good looking mug.
He's got to be making nice coin over there.
For sure. He loves it. I think what he loves about it is how much they drink like Canadians.
Yeah, true.
Oh, they treat those guys like gold over there. Like we were talking at the Meg meeting of extraordinary gentlemen there, and we were talking about if he plays again next year, about going over for a week and go hang out in Germany.
You guys.
Yeah. Well, the Meg boys.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Ant has made as many meetings at the Meg Club as he has made to the 73s games.
I've been to one game though. Because Rob also doesn't have 3 kids 8 and under, but
no, I don't.
Yeah. So
that I know of.
Shh, don't say anything. Well, just blame it on the milkman. All right. So
that kid
you had a couple things on the top 5 guys to win the Hart, didn't you?
I do.
What do you got on that?
So I don't know if you can pronounce his name, but I'm a Virgin member.
I think you should say it, Rob. Try it.
All right, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Here, I'll just say it now. -1.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Igor
Shesterkin.
Yeah, that's it.
From the Rangers.
Yeah, the goalie.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. 940 save percent average.
Yeah,
he's
unreal.
26, 6 and 3.
Do you know the last guy to have a save thing that high?
No, but the last goalie to win that MVP was Carey Price.
But do you know the last guy to have a save thing that high, that 940?
No.
You know the last guy to do that? Jacques Plante was the last guy to do that.
No shit, eh?
Yeah, fun fact for everybody. I heard it the other day on NHL Network. That's on here all the fucking time. Yeah.
So that
Plante.
He's number 5.
Wow, I can't believe he's
Jonathan Huberdeau.
Huberdeau.
Yeah, Huberdeau.
-2.
Oh, I'm like Don Cherry with fucking names. Right? He's got 18 goals and 57 assists. Like, how awesome is he, right?
Yeah.
And average ice time is 19 minutes. Could you imagine doing anything for 19 minutes?
Nope.
Me either. And then you got Alex Ovechkin, 33 goals, 32 assists, averaging 21 minutes.
Jesus. 19 of it is just standing over in the dock.
Right. He's a silver fox, right? Like he's such a stud. Like what an amazing hockey player. Bang you. Like he will turn you into a yard sale if he hits you.
Yeah, he's a truck.
Yeah. Just an awesome dude. Connor McDavid,
of course.
29 goals, 50 assists, averaging 22 and a half minutes.
And I feel like that's kind of low for him.
Well, you're almost out there every other shift.
I feel like he could do more, but that's all right.
Well,
it is Connor McDavid. McJesus.
Connor McJesus. Jeebus. And then you have Austin Matthews, 37 goals, 31 assists.
Oh, so that's why you're fucking throwing out this heart thing, because there's a Leaf guy on top, eh? A little.
Wow. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm a huge. I think Austin Matthews is great for the game, yes, but I don't like him on the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't. I'm not the biggest fan. But anyways, he's got 37 goals, 31 assists. So that's a really well-rounded player, right?
Well, if you don't want to, you just trade him right over here, right? The Wings will.
He ain't going there. If anything,
he's going to Arizona.
And that'll be it. As soon as he leaves Toronto, he's going to Arizona. Live with his mom and dad, he's
not gonna have
like Scotty Gomez living with his mom and dad.
That was so good. You're like, you live with your mom and dad with Scotty Gomez. Scotty's laughing. He goes like stone face. He's like, actually, I bought him this fucking house. That was funny. That was
mom was all hung over. It was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, she was. So
awesome. Mom got all banged up last night.
Mom was playing guilty. That was fucking funny.
That was so great.
You also had a thing on Keith going back to Chicago. Did you see what all the guys did with the sticks when he was coming in? They had you didn't see that? I'm gonna have to send you the video.
Okay.
His whole team, they had
like the Oilers or the
yes, the Oilers. So when he showed up that night for the freaking game, everybody showed up earlier
against Chicago.
When he returned there, but his Oilers teammates. So when he was going into the rink or whatever, they're all standing there with sticks and they had it like this, and he was like walking through. And when he got in the room, they had a freaking carpet out for him going right through his
no stuff. Shit, eh?
It was funny.
He was a huge deal in Chicago, right? So that's awesome that the Oilers did all that for him. Like the guy's a true stud. He'll be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's won gold medals, cups, everything. He's done it all.
He's a dynamite. And then he has the face off with towels there.
Yeah.
I don't know who dropped the puck. But he obviously
hold on. Why did you just call him towels instead of Taves?
How do you spell his name?
It's Toews, I believe, but they call it Taves. Not
Towels?
there's not even an L in there. But I was thinking.
I didn't say
towels,
towels. I said towels.
I don't know. Whatever. I thought you said towel.
I
like you
did.
dry off with.
No.
Oh, okay. That's okay. No, okay, whatever. We're fucking all right. Sorry. Keep going. You just threw me off.
So yeah, so they drop the puck and they take the face off and they both actually fucking like dig
went hard
for it, right? And then Taves cross checks, like kind of gives them a shot, like while it was awesome. Like I think every face off should be actually tried to, you got to try to win it, not fucking tickle feet and fucking whatever. Like let's get after it.
Damn right. Who was it on one
Put
of
it
those
on the board,
face-offs?
eh? Put it on the board for cash.
Yeah. Put it on the board for the boys. Hey, who was it who was at center ice and they said to the guys doing that, like $100 for who wins face off, slam the puck down, and they like went at it. Like I forget whether
I want to say it was Biz. Biz did it.
Yeah, it was.
I want to say in a ECHL game.
Oh yeah, he's like
he threw it up on the board like for the team he used to play for or whatever, and he put like $100 on the board for whoever wins a face off.
Yeah,
and then went to the other room and said $100 whoever wins a face off. Right?
That's funny. Yeah, slam the puck down and they battled. I love it.
Yeah. Take your picture today. Ready, boys?
Let's go. I love it.
Let's go.
Do you have any more notes, or do we go to the beaut of the week?
Fuck, the beaut of the week. You didn't even fucking remind me.
What do you mean? We do it every episode. I can go first if you need a minute.
Yeah, you go first. You go first.
So my beaut of the week is Red Wings captain Larkin. So Larkin had a
fucking shocker.
He had a 10, says the guy who was just stroking off Austin Matthews. But anyways,
hey, it was a tickle feet, finger in the bum.
No, 2 fingers. Anyway, so he had a 10-game fucking point streak that just got snapped by the Lightning. But so now in his last 11 games, he's got 7 goals, 11 assists, 18 points in 11 games. So he's playing well, which the Red Wings, they need him playing well. So my beauty of the week is Dylan Larkin. I don't care what you say. Suck on that one, Rob. So who do you got? Austin Matthews?
No, I got Kevin Delaney.
Okay. All right.
That fucking guy. It was honestly one of my favorite interviews that we've ever done. And playing for Team Canada, getting to put on the fucking Leaf and all that, and figuring his shit out with the what do you call it?
Amputee. Being an amputee and figuring it out.
Yeah, like just the struggle that he must have went through, and then to like basically create the like amputee league and the worlds, and getting to go to all over the world and meet.
He's the face of it,
dude. That was one of my I almost cried when he was telling us the stories. Like I was so touched by all of it. Like it was fucking amazing. And that guy is my beaut of the year. He's my beaut of the year.
Love it.
Hands down.
On that note, we're gonna sit down here. We're gonna have a chat with Rob. So everybody look for that, by the way. And if you're on like Facebook and stuff, Kingsville Observer, be sure give it a like, smash the like button. Our story, who knows? We'll just look for it. Okay. It'll be up whenever Rob feels like throwing it up, it'll be up. Okay. So
not me.
Yeah.
Not Rob.
Rob squared in here right now.
We'll plug it. We'll plug it on the show for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So on that note, Rob signing off. We're out of here. We'll see you on Friday. See ya.
I've lost my fight with time. My numbers up and up the line. I gaze at the darkness, so empty, just looking for the light. Shout for help, but no one's there. Need a guiding hand, someone who cares. All alone in the darkness, I've realized for the first time I am scared. If I could do it all again, if I had one more chance, my friend, I would rewrite all my wrongs. I would find where I belong. I got lost along the way. I had so much more to say. If I could do